Welcome back to another true crime story, folks. Today, we're diving into a case that didn't just shake a nation, it changed the world forever. September 11th, 2001. A day when the skies turned to fire and two iconic towers crumbled to dust. But this isn't just a story of destruction. It's about the clues, the suragh that unravel a chilling global conspiracy. Who were the 19 hijackers? How did they pull off the deadliest terrorist attack in history? Even in 2025, as we look back, these clues pull us into a dark chapter of human history, one woven with threads of terror, heroism, and sacrifice. So buckle up, because we're about to uncover the truth behind the date that redefined everything. On September 11th, 2001, America awoke to a clear, crisp morning, unaware that a meticulously planned attack would soon shatter its sense of security. The twin towers of the World Trade Center stood as beacons of economic power in New York City, while the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, symbolized military strength. Across the country, passengers boarded flights for routine trips, oblivious to 19 hijackers who had spent years preparing to strike. Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, orchestrated the plot, driven by grievances over U.S. military presence in Saudi Arabia, support for Israel, and perceived interference in Muslim lands. The suragh clues were scattered: a 1993 World Trade Center bombing, 1998 embassy attacks in Kenya and Tanzania, and a vague CIA warning in August 2001 titled "Bin Laden Determined to Strike in U.S." Yet, these warnings failed to prevent the impending tragedy. The roots of 9/11's traced to the 1979 Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, which drew bin Laden, a wealthy Saudi, to fight alongside Mujahideen, partly funded by the U.S. The Soviet defeat in 1989 left Afghanistan unstable, fostering extremism. In 1988, bin Laden founded al-Qaeda, aiming for global jihad against the West. By 1996, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed proposed using planes as weapons, a plan bin Laden approved in 1999. The 19 hijackers, mostly Saudis, trained in al-Qaeda camps in Afghanistan and U.S. flight schools, exploiting lax aviation security. They blended into American life, renting apartments and using coded messages like Muhammad Atta's riddle about to sticks, a dash, and a cake with a stick down for 9/11s. Despite intelligence chatter, the clues were too vague to act on, leaving America vulnerable. On September 11th, the hijackers executed their plan with chilling precision. At 7:59 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11, a Boeing 767 with 92 people, including 5 hijackers led by Atta, took off from Boston's Logan Airport. Within minutes, they used box cutters to kill crew members, seized the cockpit, and redirected the plane. At 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower between floors 93 and 99, igniting a fireball with 10,000 gallons of jet fuel. Smoke billowed and Lower Manhattan shook. Many assumed it was an accident until, at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175, with 65 people and 5 hijackers, struck the South Tower between floors 77 and 85. Broadcast live, the second crash confirmed a terrorist attack, plunging the nation into shock. At 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77, carrying 64 people and 5 hijackers, slammed into the Pentagon's western facade, killing 125 inside, including military personnel and civilians. The attack on America's military heart underscored its vulnerability. Meanwhile, United Airlines Flight 93, delayed from Newark with 44 aboard, including 4 hijackers, was overtaken around 9:28 a.m. Passengers, informed of the other attacks via phone calls, realized their fate. Led by Todd Beamer, Mark Bingham, and others, they fought back, storming the cockpit. At 10:03 a.m., the plane crashed in a Shanksville, Pennsylvania field, likely sparing the White House or Capitol. Their bravery became a symbol of resistance. In New York, chaos erupted. The South Tower collapsed at 9:58 a.m., followed by the North Tower at 10:28 a.m. Jet fuel fires, burning at over 10 degrees Fahrenheit, weakened steel supports, reducing the towers to rubble. A toxic dust cloud containing asbestos and carcinogens engulfed Manhattan, later linked to health issues. Of the 2,977 victims, 343 were firefighters, 71 were law enforcement officers, and 55 were military personnel. FDNY firefighters climbed stairwells to rescue trapped workers, many sacrificing their lives. Civilians helped each other, carrying the injured or guiding colleagues to safety. At 5:20 p.m., 7 World Trade Center, damaged by debris, collapsed due to fires, sparking conspiracy theories later debunked by NIST as fire-induced structural failure. President George W. Bush, informed during a Florida school visit, was evacuated by the Secret Service. At 9:42 a.m., the FAA grounded all civilian flights, stranding thousands. That evening, Bush addressed the nation, vowing to fight terrorism. The FBI's Pent Bomb investigation, its largest ever, traced the hijackers' paths, uncovering their training and funding. Americans united, holding vigils and donating blood. NATO invoked Article 5, declaring the attack on the U.S. an attack on all members, while global leaders condemned the violence. In October 2001, the U.S. and allies invaded Afghanistan, targeting al-Qaeda and toppling the Taliban. Bin Laden escaped until his 2011 death in Pakistan by U.S. Navy SEALs. The 2003 Iraq invasion, tied to the War on Terror, stirred controversy over unproven 9/11 links, destabilizing the region. By 2025, the Cost of War project estimates 800,000 deaths and $1 trillion in costs. The Patriot Act of 2001 expanded surveillance, creating the Department of Homeland Security and TSA, transforming air travel with strict security. Islamophobia surged, with hate crimes like the murder of Sikh Balbir Singh Sodhi in Arizona, mistaken for a Muslim. The human toll was profound. The 2,977 victims, from 93 countries, left families shattered. First responders faced cancers and respiratory diseases from toxic dust, with over 3,600 deaths by 2025, surpassing the day's toll. The 9/11's Victim Compensation Fund paid over $7 billion, supporting survivors through 2090. Survivors grappled with trauma, from survivors' guilt to anxiety, reshaping America's psyche from invincibility to vigilance. The 9/11's Commission report, released in 2004, exposed intelligence failures and lack security. The FBI confirmed al-Qaeda's role, with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, captured in 2003, confessing as the mastermind. His Guantanamo trial, ongoing in 2025, faces ethical debates over interrogation methods. Conspiracy theories about control of demolitions were debunked by NIST, which attributed collapses to fire damage. Building 7's fall was similarly explained, though skeptics remain. Ground Zero's redevelopment symbolized resilience. One World Trade Center, opened in 2014, stands 1,776 feet. The 9/11's memorials reflecting pools and survivor tree honor the fallen, drawing millions. The Pentagon and Shanksville memorials commemorate their heroes. Culturally, 9/11's inspired works like Fahrenheit 9/11's and Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, reflecting on loss and bravery. The tribute in light beams annually, a poignant reminder. In 2025, 9/11's legacy endures. Terrorism persists, with groups like ISIS rising from al-Qaeda's shadow. The 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal, followed by the Taliban's return, questioned the war on terror success. AI surveillance combats threats but raises privacy concerns. Memorials stand as places of reflection, and survivors carry scars. Yet the resilience shown on September 11th by passengers, first responders, and communities remains a testament to humanity's strength. And that's the heart-wrenching story of 9/11's, a tragedy that still echoes in our world today. If this deep dive into the clues and chaos of that day gripped you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for Vanish Files. We bring you gripping true crime stories every week, packed with mystery, suspense, and history. Like, comment, and share this with your friends to keep the conversation going. That's all for now, and we'll catch you in the next story.